So this big son of a bitch going to pass by harmlessly and fuck off. That's the first bit of good news I'm going to share with you.
Nice.
See ya.
That's one nice.
Let's
All right.
Don't need that this week, you know?
No.
I'm going to shoot at it.
You probably could.
See if I can't get one of them hollow points up in there.
Don't do that because the bullet will come back down.
This is what I need my gun for. Yeah,
here's a nice story.
Just doing my part, officer.
If we all shoot at the same time.
As a citizen of Earth.
Get the asteroid.
You are!
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss!
Oh, hey!
Oh, yeah!
Good morning. Ouch! Right in the ears there.
What's the toll to pass the bridge?
Yeah, episode 951. It's Thursday, May 26th, I believe. But yeah, so I'm Mark. There's Wes over there.
Hi.
Pat's down there too, and we're ready to do another news show
For
for all the listeners out there. Yeah, no, I mean that's about it.
We're here.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Anything
a dark
else?
one.
Anything
right?
going on in your guys' lives?
Oh, just, battling out with people on Twitter, bro.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I've seen Pat's been going ham on Twitter. Yeah.
I've been going hard on the tweeters. So
Yes, I've seen that.
there's that. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, it's not like you're shooting anyone, Pat. I mean, you're just tweeting.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you think I am with some of the responses I'm getting.
Oh, yeah, you think you're trying to come into their house and take all their guns.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah,
You better watch out.
Interact with those people at all. Yeah. That's what you want.
No, it's not what I want to do. I'm kidding. I was kidding. I don't want to do that.
It's funny. I posted the
Japanese thing, right?
It's a long list. Like Japan obviously has way less of these massacres than we do in the United States. It's because I think it's because it's almost impossible to get a gun over there. But people are, I posted the 13 steps. It's like, and some of them are ridiculous. Like get a gunpowder license, blah blah blah. Some of them are ridiculous.
You can't even get that. That's why. Right.
Right,
don't
but
even
step
exist
13,
gunpowder licenses.
Yeah, step 13 is you get your gun, right? That's the end result. You get your gun. It just takes you a little bit longer to get your precious gun.
I don't even feel like killing myself anymore.
I'm not even angry.
Or anyone else. Yeah.
My manic is my insane thoughts are a little bit.
They make you sleep on it over there in Japan.
Yeah, they make you sleep on it for a few months, which I think is good. But people were like, I'm not letting a cop in to investigate my safe, my gun safe. It's like, oh yeah, that's going to be a huge inconvenience for you. Yeah.
I just hope we spend most of the show, if it's okay with you guys, just just thinking and just praying and not doing anything. Is that cool?
I mean, that's fine with me.
Let's not get any momentum up.
Let's
not get any. I don't want any momentum going. Let's slow the momentum down.
Listen, I've been praying to win the lottery for over like 2 decades now, and it hasn't worked out.
Look,
so
we got time.
I don't know if that praying thing is going to work.
We got time until the next school shooting, so just slow the roll, man.
Right.
What do you
if we pray long enough, we'll forget about it.
Wes
and then
has
the next
coffee today. Obviously, the horrible tragedy happened. A couple days ago now, but we recorded early because Pat's baby mama got to watch Top Gun 2 on a fucking aircraft carrier. How was that? I bet that was awesome.
I think she took an edible.
Oh,
came home.
Man.
Came home. I love it when my girl does anything anymore, like drugs or,
That's amazing.
Or a beer.
Yeah.
It's just so fun to see
that means
her,
you get
sober
to do it
spouse,
too.
pretty much. Yeah. No, I had someone to hold it down for the boy.
No, I'm saying, but you get like one in the bank. You know what I mean? Yeah,
that's good to know.
But what I'm saying is we went early, so we didn't really have the the horrible shooting was like developing live while we were doing the show, yesterday's show. So we're gonna have to obviously address it today. And I find it funny that like the last 2 times Wes has gotten coffee, or 2 of the most recent times, it was like after the abortion thing, and now this. So Wes is like.
Well, we're gonna we can approach
getting the short straw here.
Yeah, we can approach this a couple ways. I kind of, we can go over the details, what we know now. If you don't already fucking know, I mean, if you're tuning in to us to get the details of this kid, what happened, then. But I want to go a little bit different route. We'll talk about it. But
buddy. Let's do the news.
Let's do the news. Let's just get into it.
You.
Okay.
Yeah. Cup of
coffee in the big time.
And I can already tell that my internet's going to be fucking brutal with these clips today, but let's just get into it. A cup of coffee in the big time. A not so fun fact. Guns overtook car crashes to become the leading cause of death for children and teenagers in 2020, according to the CDC. Jeez. So that's the number one cause of death for kids.
That's really surprising. Well, I guess no one was driving in 2020.
Well, I mean, I think
less people
now, from 2020 on, it's now the leading cause of death.
Right, which is bad. That's not a good stat. That's
not
a bad
good.
Stat. That's a bad stat.
Got a joke for you. Got a joke for you guys.
So it was a bad note.
I picked my Halloween costume this year.
Yeah.
Already.
Oh, you picked a Halloween costume?
Yeah, I'm gonna go as a congressional bill. I'm just gonna stay in the house and not do a fucking thing.
Hey,
hey,
ho,
ho, ho, ho, ho.
Ha
What's Congress's approval rating at? 7% now?
Jesus, who knows?
Fucking prick.
Look, don't rush into anything, guys. Yeah. We really need to slow it down.
Yeah.
Slow. I don't know why everyone's trying to, make lawmakers do anything.
I like your pray approach. I think that'll work.
Just breathe out and just pray. That'll bring them back.
It should work.
That'll stop the next one.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, before we get into all that shit, I'd like to formally apologize for all of us on this show. We failed our young audience this week, the graduating class of 2022, because apparently yesterday was senior day dozen at Krispy Kreme. And had you gone into Krispy Kreme with your class of 2022 clothes or a class ring or even just your ID, you would have gotten a free dozen donuts to kick off Fat Boy Summer.
Why are you bringing it up now? This is like rubbing salt in the wound.
Well, one, to do that, and two, to apologize.
Okay.
There's a Krispy Kreme right down the road from me. I could have gone there. I would have gone there. I would have played it.
You would have gotten like a class ring or something?
I'd have figured it out, Wes.
He is a teacher.
But I also want to point out how great.
Hey, it's me, Cool Teach.
Yeah.
You know what could help me get through the day, mold these minds, is some cows, some sugary cows.
I don't even know why I'm getting this dozen donuts because all my kids have senioritis and they probably won't even be showing up today.
Right,
yeah, right. You got like
it'll be a nice gesture, and teacher's salary. So
yeah, but Krispy Kreme was kind. They said that with all the COVID and stuff, we'll give out donuts. But next year, maybe they'll do it again. Also, real quick. New Fat Boy Summer promotion. Buy $50 worth of Fat Boy Summer merch, and you will get a free koozie with that.
Oh damn!
Oh, baby.
Yeah. Fat Boy koozie. So all you got to do is go to store.heartfactor.com. You put $50 worth of merch from the Fat Boy Summer collection in your cart. Then you add the koozie, and boom, as you can see on the screen, it'll be automatically discounted.
Does this include like shipping and stuff too, or has it got to be like merch?
No, just $50 worth of merch. So two T-shirts, and you get a free koozie.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. So
just get 2 larges and stitch them together, fat ass.
That's right. And by the way,
that would be cool, like a half and half shirt.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's a good idea.
It's kind of dope.
By the way, Austin, I saw your incredible order yesterday. You will be getting a koozie. I'll hook you up with one. So thank you for your large order.
Shout out Austin.
There you go. Austin was worried there for a second.
He was. I'm not gonna. I saw you.
That was a tough 20 seconds for Austin.
Fuck! God damn it!
I missed it by 12 hours.
Yeah. So don't worry. All right, guys. More trending mentions. You guys remember Josh Duggar, right?
Oh,
the pedophile from 19 Kids and Counting.
Duggar had that app I was talking about. That porn monitor app. He gave it to his wife. Didn't work, but he had it. Yeah.
Yeah. Here he is with his lovely family. He's got now 7 kids with his wife.
Good.
And you might remember he was charged a while ago, 2019.
Raped all of his sisters, right?
Yeah, he molested I think 5 of his sisters.
Okay. Well, yeah, a bunch of them.
While they slept too. He's 34, and he was just sentenced yesterday to 151 months in prison for having over.
What's the math there, Mark?
12 years. 12 years.
Yeah. Pretty good. Ask you. 12 and a half
12
years.
12 and a half, yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
144 would be 12, so 12 years, 7 months.
144, that'd be gross.
Yeah. So he was found with what he did is he had like a computer. He was using his used car lot as a cover, like to hide these things. He had a computer with a partitioned hard drive. He had like software that would, avoid detection of explicit images of children, so he couldn't be found out. He had 600 images
Why
and
don't you
videos.
just cut his hands and his tongue and his eyes out? He cut his cut his penis off.
He's not changing.
No, there's no app that's gonna help this freak.
I mean, it's interesting because he did so much, like the partition hard drive, the apps, right? But he still was a used car salesman. You'd think he would have, done something less touchy than that, right? After he's doing all that other stuff, he's still a used car salesman.
Yeah,
he shouldn't be around people,
right?
No. So he had 600 images and videos that prosecutors said he downloaded. Prepubescent girls being raped, whipped, threatened with knives, held naked in dog cages.
Come on, we get it.
The rape of a toddler.
We don't need to hear the details.
Okay.
The worst stuff that you can possibly imagine, according to one Homeland Security investigation.
You could have just said the worst stuff you could possibly imagine.
Well, my point is he should be in jail for a lot longer than 12 and a half years.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, what's he going to get out and be like, cool, man, you paid your debt. Get back out there, Josh.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to let everyone know that I paid my debt. All right.
Yeah, just in time for his golden years, right?
Yeah.
And I'm still horny.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Now
pretty
you're
terrible.
going to pay your debt to me.
Yeah. Pretty fucking disgusting. I mean, the prosecution wanted 20
years. In the
years.
form of a no-interest loan. Come on down to Josh Duggar's.
Hey, look, I'm really, I'm really down on my luck here. I'm giving you the best deal I possibly can. I'm Josh Duggar, okay?
Yeah, literally.
You're not going to get a better deal.
Yeah. Pretty fucked up.
You're robbing a criminal here, okay?
Yeah. Also trending was Johnny Depp. A little update on them. Remember, did you guys see Amber Heard? She alluded to Johnny Depp pushing his former girlfriend, Kate Moss. Yeah, down some stairs during her testimony.
It's Kate Moss, bro.
Yeah, well, that backfired because the prosecution called Kate Moss to the stand via video call.
Yeah, they just wanted to see her.
Still looking good. Yeah. Subway, eating sandwiches.
Mm-hmm. And Miss Moss recalled slipping down the stairs at a resort in Jamaica during their relationship, which was 1994 to 1998, and she said, quote, "There had been a rainstorm, and as I left the room, I slid down the stairs and I hurt my back." And she also said that Johnny came running back to help me and carried me to my room and got me medical attention. So big backfire from Mrs. Heard.
So he was a sweet guy.
He never pushed me, kicked me, or threw me down any stairs, she said. Yeah.
Why? But why? What? Like, how did she get that story wrong? Where she was like, "Yeah, this will get that Depp. Fuck her."
It was a rumor, and she just thought that it was going to go her way. Maybe she genuinely believed that was true, but backfired. Now she looks even more like a liar than she has before. So, who knows?
I mean, get a look. Keep talking, but I'm about to put in a picture of young Kate Moss and Johnny Depp, and you know what?
I've been really enjoying watching old Johnny Depp interviews. You forget how handsome he is. Go back and watch I don't know, 89 Johnny Depp interview.
This couple walks in the room. What do you do? You know?
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a good looking couple.
Get on the finest table.
Forget about Ronaldo.
She could throw me down the stairs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give me a time machine. Oh, yeah. Kate Moss is hot too.
Right. Yeah. No, they're both good looking people.
One last thing before we get to the big story. This week, Oreo and Ritz announced their latest collaboration and mashup snack that's going to hit the streets. It is the Ritz Oreo. So it's
pretty. Could have guessed it, I guess.
We had a lot of meetings.
Yeah,
ton of R&D. Brought the whole company in on this.
I guess you could have guessed this one.
It's literally half and half: an Oreo and a Ritz cracker with peanut butter.
Now hear me out here. Hear me out. What if
your favorites in one?
You're gonna think this is crazy, but for the collaboration between Ritz and Oreo,
just put them together.
That's right. That's what they did.
Well, they had to make the Ritz bigger. That is
probably they did have to size them. Yeah.
No, it looks like they're.
What if they are the exact same?
I mean, there's the picture. Can you guys see it?
I feel like Ritz is. Maybe I remember.
No, they have little ones.
Mini
Ritz. Ritz's are pretty decently sized. They have the bites. Yeah.
So the Ritz crackers, for sure, the Ritz that come in the sleeves that don't have any peanut butter in them are definitely that size. The ones that come with peanut butter can be different sizes, I believe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I bought my son like a snack pack of little Oreos and little Ritz and little Nutter Butters, and there was 50 of them.
Cheese ones.
I think he maybe ate 5 of them, and I ate the rest.
Yeah, I like the Ritz ones with not the peanut butter.
Cheese,
but
yeah.
Cheese.
Oh man, why are they making me convert? So a Ritz is 46 millimeters, or I'm sorry, 1.8 inches in diameter. An Oreo is 1.34 inches.
Well, so the Ritz is bigger.
What?
Yeah.
That's insane, man.
It doesn't look like it from the picture. It looks like they're just equal.
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that they figured out how to size them the same.
Yeah, that's what the meetings were for. But
Yeah.
did they? Yeah, I would like to know. I'd like to know who had to change their size. Who had to
It's
change
got
their
like
stripes, so to
it's
speak.
got like an overbite to it.
Did Oreo come to Ritz or did Ritz come to Oreo? You know what I mean?
It's a good question.
I don't know.
I think Ritz had to meet Oreo. Oreo's the king.
Yeah, Ritz is Ritz is lucky to be there, man.
Yeah, Ritz is happy to be in the room in the meetings. Yeah.
It's a real Adele's boyfriend situation.
It's not like Johnny Depp and Kate Moss where either one is so good looking and powerful that it could be either one of them.
Well, they're owned by the same company, Mondelez International. So,
Yeah,
but
but
yeah, the Ritz people are definitely lower than the Oreo people in the building.
This is more like a Lyle Lovett and what's her name, Pretty Woman scenario.
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts and Lyle Lovett, and Lyle Lovett's the Ritz.
I had to go down to the Ritz floor today. Not
Julia
pretty
Roberts
down
is
there.
the Oreo.
Yeah, one of those cookies definitely affects the bottom line a little differently at that company.
Yeah.
You know?
Anyway, you can only get these online starting today at noon Eastern. So look for it online. You have to pay the shipping fee, and you get like a box of these things, and they're limited edition. So if you want them,
Wow.
act
I'm
now.
sure they're delicious. Peanut butter and chocolate.
Yeah, I'll try one. Let us know if you get one. Please share. All right, guys. I'm not even gonna play the cream of the crop thing. It's not cream of the crop. It's the main story.
Yep.
And I was thinking, after this school shooting, right? My son was with me, and I asked him. I said, like he's gonna go into seventh grade next year, and I was like, hey, dude, like, do they talk about active shooter drills at school? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, what do they say? And his response was, well, we turn out all the lights, we lock the door, and we hide in a corner out of sight. That's the current solution across American classrooms right now.
That's not going to cut it.
That's not going to cut it. But that's what's happening. So basically, and what happened now that we know in Uvalde is this sick fuck. He shot his grandma. He posted, and everyone's talking about these posts on Facebook where he posts, I shot my grandma and now I'm going to shoot elementary school. Those are all private posts. So it's not like the cops could have seen that, rushed to the elementary school, prevented this whole thing. It was a message he was sending to some girl over in like Germany that he was communicating.
She was in California, no?
No, she was I think she was in Germany, this one. And so, everyone's talking about that. They couldn't have been prevented. What we also know is that as soon as he turned 18, he went out and bought 2 assault rifles days apart, legally from a local shop there in Texas. So again, people are talking about these new gun laws that want to be passed. I'll get to more of that later. But right now, this could not have been prevented based on that he legally bought them. He didn't post anything on Facebook that was a warning. The only warning was that this guy was an incel that didn't talk to anyone and was a fucking weirdo. Right. And he was a dropout. That's like what we know so far, is that he was just a weird kid. I'm going to show you a picture of him just because this is something he posted on his Instagram. So what he did is he shot his grandma. He then used her car to drive to the school. He was confronted by a officer, like a resource officer there.
Right.
He made his way into the school, barricaded himself in a 4th grade classroom where likely maybe those kids were huddled in a corner, and then he just fucking massacred them, 19 of them, and 2 teachers. So that's what happened. If you want more details than that, go somewhere else, because that's pretty much all we know right now is this kid was a piece of shit, and that's how he killed all these kids. Now, there's a lot of videos online. I was going to show you a video of Obama talking and make it sound like he was talking today. It was actually from Sandy Hook 10 years ago, where he's basically saying the same thing that President Biden said.
All of those old clips and the Onion's joke about this couldn't be prevented, says only nation where this happens, which is being recycled. You can recycle those things again and again and again, because guess what? It happens again and again and again, and it's going to happen again and again and again until something changes.
Yeah. And check this out. These are let me see if I pulled it up. Fuck. There's a these inserts that you can buy now for your kids' backpacks, where they, for the upcoming school year, where you put them in your
bulletproof.
They're bulletproof, and then they have images of the kid ducking down and hiding in the corner and hoping that they survive. I mean, this is just the reality.
Why do the kids have to why can't people understand that regardless of your opinion on the Second Amendment, which, by the way, amendments can be changed and you can add amendments, but regardless of your opinion on the Second Amendment and guns, and you need them to protect yourself or whatever, like, put yourself in the shoes of like parents and like the kids at school.
Right.
Are fucking scared, and they have to wear like bulletproof backpacks and shit. And they're having drills in school. Like, take your selfish ass out of the scenario about how much you love guns. That's great. No one's trying to take every single one of your guns, but like, come to the table and have a discussion, right? Like, at least don't shut down all things. Like, it has nothing to do with guns. That can't be the starting point.
Right.
The frustrating thing is that people aren't. There's a game being played, as there always is. There's always a game. The game is about money. It's about money.
Yeah, the NRA's.
The NRA has spent a lot of time, a ton of money, galvanizing the issue of Second Amendment rights. And look, Ben Shapiro tweeted it yesterday. His exact tweet is, the only solution the left sees as viable, this is a paraphrase, is confiscating all guns. And
that's not even true.
It's not true. It's not true whatsoever. It's not. And I raised my hand and said, hey, I'm on the left. That's not true at all. The other thing he said is,
first of all, that'd be impossible.
But you got to understand, Shapiro makes money from stoking that rhetoric.
Right.
Anytime you're watching, like I watched Fox News the other night, and the most reasonable guy in the room was Geraldo. Geraldo to Dan Bongino.
To be fair, Geraldo's the man.
And he kind of.
Did you see the opening of the tomb? Come on.
Yeah.
That was intense.
But Geraldo to Dan Bongino and Hannity, who were both ripping Biden for not. For politicizing this issue, right? Which I think is bullshit to say in the first place. But they're ripping him, and Geraldo says, well, why don't we, for example, make it so you have to be 21 to get an assault rifle? Like, you can't buy a beer when you're 18. You can't buy an assault rifle. And like, look, that's a pretty reasonable idea. It's not a crazy idea at all. It's not taking all the guns away. And you'd think that Geraldo talked about fucking someone's mother on that show because these gentlemen couldn't have it, and you have.
That's what I don't get.
Because the issue's been galvanized. There's money behind it. The same reason that you have guys who are flipping from reasonable to being Trump loyalists when the election's coming up is the same reason you have people blocking legislation that seems reasonable, because
there are more guns than human beings in the United States. Okay, no one's taking away the guns. It's not going to happen. It's impossible. They do have Sacramento did a buyback and they sold out of vouchers within an hour. Apparently, they're giving out like $100 vouchers for anyone that wanted to give a gun anonymously. They can do those type of things. If you want to give your guns back, great, whatever. But no one's going to take everyone's 350 million guns. It's just not going to happen.
They're so scared.
There should be some conversations though,
about
how to do a little bit of gun control, about how mental health is an issue, bullying. I don't give a shit what it is. There's 50 things that can be done.
Right.
Try them all.
Mark, they're so scared to even start the conversation.
They don't even come to the table. Some people just don't even come to the table with anything related to gun control. You mentioned gun control and they're out. They're like, fuck this. I don't even want to have that conversation.
The suggestion being made yesterday from the Fox News crowd, literally, we should ask retired veterans, to go and volunteer their time to protect the schools.
Right. That's the solution.
That's insane. No,
that's the dumbest
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
That's where we're at. The left wants common sense gun laws. The right wants better security.
Right, more guns.
Well, anything that's not going to fuck up with the galvanized issue of the Second Amendment. No, like, the fact is, if Shapiro is saying the left wants to take your guns, that's the only thing they see as reasonable. That's the problem, because it's not fucking true. Well, and it's getting shipped around like it's fucking true.
It is for some people. The extremists on the left want to take all the guns away in America, which is a fantasy world. And the extreme people on the right want to give every single person, man, woman, and child a gun so they can defend themselves in a classroom. It's like
it's the Second Amendment.
Neither of those are realistic.
It's the Second Amendment. Yeah.
Come on.
So anyway, I was watching Greg Abbott and his completely moronic Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick do a press conference, and basically what these guys do is they, like Mark said, they don't acknowledge any kind of gun law possibility. All they do is say, now is a time where we need to have compassion and pray and God and God and God. And and
don't politicize it. God,
don't politicize it.
They're trying to stop the momentum of anything happening. That's the don't politicize it rhetoric.
Right.
Biden.
Let's forget about it.
Whether you like Biden or not, you know what he did? Something different. Not really even, but he said, we got to fucking do something. This is the problem. The gun lobby has their hands in our government. That's what he said.
If Biden continues doing what he's doing, maybe it'll solve itself because guns will be too expensive to buy.
Sure, exactly.
In a couple of years, no one's going to be able to afford a gun.
That's
anyway,
funny.
So.
That's funny. But my point is,
got him.
The go-to rhetoric is, why are you politicizing this? We need to take a moment and pray. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Another one is going to happen next week. Yes, it sucks for those people.
Probably while we're talking.
We don't have time to pray. We don't have time to stop.
So, Pat, like you said, Abbott was saying we're going to get all these families, the mental health, and wellness people that they need, and people don't want the politicians. We don't need the politicians to do that. They have family members, friends that can do the praying, and they're taking care of them. We need politicians to act. And so, Beto,
Abbott's going. Sorry to interrupt. Abbott's going to go speak as like a keynote speaker at the Houston NRA convention on Friday.
He's a cocksucker.
He's going with Trump and Abbott and some other big names. They're going to Houston, Texas.
Cruz will be there, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, to Houston, Texas to be like keynote speakers for a fucking NRA
Maybe it's not the time, man.
Yeah.
So Beto O'Rourke interrupted this press conference. There was a big melee. People there were calling him a piece of shit. And the exact same thing. Now's not the time. Now's not the time. Don't politicize this.
That was the mayor Uvalde yelling at him. Yeah.
Someone called him like a bitch.
Yeah, Mayor Uvalde called him a son of a bitch.
Yeah,
he called him a son of a bitch.
But
it was crazy. It was ridiculous. And on his walker.
You're a sick son of a bitch.
He goes, you sick son of a bitch.
Making this political at this time, which is exactly what needs to fucking happen.
And so they caught up with Beto after he was basically kicked out of the press conference, and they talked to him. And I think it just is pretty much how I think everyone feels, honestly. Everyone in America, I think. I don't agree with a lot of shit Beto says, but here's what he had to say.
90% of people agree with the four things.
Tom, it was absolutely a stunning scene. We heard the commotion inside, saw DPS officers and local police sprint towards the high school, and then we saw O'Rourke walk outside. We were able to meet him as he was surrounded by a throng of people, and I asked him the one question that we wanted to hear the answer to. Take a listen. It's not the time to make this political.
Now is the time to stop the next shooting. Right after Santa Fe High School was the time to stop the next shooting. Right after El Paso was the time to stop the next shooting. Right after Midland, Odessa was the time to stop the next shooting. And in each case, we say, this isn't the time. Now is the time, like literally right now. That's why I'm here. That's what we want as a state. That's what I want as a parent. I've got 3 kids who are in high school and middle school and elementary school. That's what they want. And I face their judgment and my conscience and ultimately my maker for what I do when I have the chance to change this. And I'm going to do everything in my power to change this. And I'm not alone. The majority of Texas is with us on this.
He mentioned like 4 in particular things that could be done. I forget exactly what they are, but it's basically like assault rifles, for underage kids and some other things like just gun control, not like get rid of guns, but universal background checks.
It's HR 8. It's I'll get to that in a second.
Ask yourself why Joe Manchin, who's literally holding the Democratic Party hostage, he's a Republican. His co-sponsored legislation with a Republican in 2013 after Sandy Hook to literally not take your guns away, just reform background checks. Ask yourself why that died in Congress. Ask yourself, why did it die in Congress?
It's still sitting there, right?
It's still sitting there.
It's still sitting there. It hasn't died. It just hasn't.
It hasn't gone to the Senate. It hasn't gone to a vote.
House passed it.
Ted Cruz is a smart fucking guy. He went to Ivy League schools. They all did. They're not idiots. They know.
No, they just get paid.
The game they're fucking playing.
They get paid by the NRA
to maintain their power.
They get paid by lobbyists.
And look, Pat, this HR 8 bill that you're talking to, which I can play the Steve Kerr clip if you want. He gave a very impassioned.
That was good.
He said everything that needed to be said.
Steve Kerr's. Just listen to what Steve Kerr said. Yeah.
Which team does Kerr coach for?
The Golden State Warriors. Come on.
He's my pool guy. He's the lifeguard for pool. Yes. I like that. I love that.
Come on now.
That's awesome.
He was, Chicago Bulls champion.
And in the last 10 days, we've had elderly black people killed in a supermarket in Buffalo. We've had Asian churchgoers killed in Southern California. And now we have children murdered at school. When are we going to do something? I'm tired. I'm so tired of getting up here and offering condolences to the devastated families that are out there. I'm so tired of I'm tired of the moments of silence. Enough. There's 50 senators right now who refuse to vote on H.R. 8, which is a background check rule that the House passed a couple of years ago. It's been sitting there for 2 years. And there's a reason they won't vote on it, to hold on to power. So I ask you, Mitch McConnell, I ask all of you senators who refuse to do anything about the violence and school shootings and supermarket shootings, I ask you, are you going to put your own desire for power ahead of the lives of our children and our elderly and our churchgoers? Because that's what it looks like.
I'm just going to cut it. So
now, to be fair, great speech by Steve Kerr there, but he didn't really have his head in the game coaching because they had a closeout game to sweep and they lost by like 12 points to the Mavericks later that night. So, he could have given his team a whole week off and he could have given us speeches the whole week. But
Kerr.
He better get ready for Game 5.
He brought up a great point. It's not just the NRA's money. It's that if you're a Republican and you vote anything with gun control, even if it's reasonable,
you're out.
It'll get blown up by the media and you'll get Liz Cheney. You'll get censured for being a part of a committee.
Yeah.
Right.
So what Kerr is asking is, hey, maybe take one for the team and do the right thing, and maybe you lose the office.
Right, exactly.
Which is a reasonable fucking ask for a public servant.
Servant.
You're a public servant.
This law that he's talking about it's not even that extreme. It's to close
both sides.
It's to close a loophole with private citizens and gun shows. It's not even that fucking crazy of a law. And that's where we're at. That's where we're at as far as not even getting that passed. So we're fucked. When it comes to
is it the people? Is it the people that's making it that a leper issue, or the representatives?
I've seen polls that say like 90% of people in the United States, regardless of political affiliation, want the HR.
So it's a loud minority.
It's a loud minority.
That's making it a leper issue. If you touch it, you're dead.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And the NRA, like people like Mitt Romney, who get like he's got like $13 million from NRA. Yeah. And it's not. I don't even know. What to say.
I think what it is for some people too, the people that are maybe it's less than 90%
the Second Amendment
in
thing.
real life. Yeah. Right. Well, I know. Look, the guns, great. Okay, own them, have them. But I think what people are afraid of is that if you allow, it's a slippery slope, is what they're afraid.
Right.
If you allow one law, then eventually you're taking my guns away. They don't even want to open the door an inch to have that possibility in the future. I don't think that's the case in reality, and something needs to be done. But I think that's probably where the people aren't even coming to the conversation because
that's what I said before. Is they don't even want to get the ball rolling.
Yeah,
it's that's it.
Exactly.
So who knows? We'll see what happens. Biden's asking for more legislation. If it doesn't come to restricting, people from buying these things, give a little bit of time. Maybe 21, like Pat said. Who knows? I don't know. I don't have the fucking answers.
The new weapon is not a fucking gun. This is the thing that pisses me off.
Is Alex Jones going to call this a false flag? The 20 kids that were killed?
No, he's remember that shit. Yeah, no, Jones is done. But guys, the new weapon is not a fucking gun. That's my other thing. It's not a gun. Guns are over. It's information. It's your fucking computer. You want to kill someone. That's how you do it. That's what's dangerous. Wars are not going to be fought in the fucking streets anymore. They're going to be fought online, and it's going to become an obsolete weapon. It just will. Sorry, it will.
No, Pat, not for this
not
shit.
in the United States. It's not. That's why probably no one ever wants to come and fight us, because you know how Ukraine's defending themselves against Russia. Like I said, there's more guns than people here.
See where we're at.
No one could come invade the U.S.
See where we're at in 15 years. See what the weapon is. See if it's information and computer.
No, I agree with you.
For people that want to shoot up schools, it's always going to be the gun.
There won't be schools if this shit keeps happening, because I'm not going to send my.
I also agree with that.
I'm not going to send my kid to school.
I think a lot of parents are about ready to do what you're like homeschooling,
but you know what?
Because of guns,
man traps. Let's get man traps in there. That sure, why not? Also, maybe pass the fucking bill, you lawmaker.
Yeah. No,
anything.
Doubtful. I think we're just talking to.
We are. We're just beating the dead horse at this point, but it's something you got to talk about because.
For sure.
I own a gun.
It's
I'm not
very
giving up
real
my gun.
issue.
I'm keeping my gun.
I'm keeping my gun too. I've got it. I'm gonna be a gun owner, but I'm also not gonna fucking.
Will's got multiple guns. I think I'm the only person that isn't a gun owner on the show, and we've had sponsors that are like holster. We're not anti-gun, but. No. We're also
anti-dead kids.
Anti-dead
My baby
kids.
mama went to war twice.
Yeah,
like, we're not.
Come
to
the table and have a discussion. People that are pro-gun, like just
make it a little bit harder. A little bit harder to get a gun.
I think just something needs to be done.
We couldn't get fuck beer when we were 18 all the time. We couldn't do it. It was really hard to get beer sometimes. It was fucking hard to get beer. It was hard. Not every weekend we drink.
AR-15s within 3 days of each other, right when he turned 18, and then he killed 19 kids.
But here's the thing:
he shouldn't have been able to buy those.
We don't need a law because these are not law-abiding citizens. You see, it doesn't work that way.
He had no previous cases of mental health.
How does putting a new law in place? How is that going to protect or deter a non-law-abiding citizen? They're on their own plane, their own path anyway. That's why we need more armed people in schools to protect these children.
Listen, I think we do need more armed people. I think we need that too, but I also think we need.
It's an impossibility financially.
No. So, like, look, there are so many things that can be done.
People could point to
adding an armed guard to a school is not a bad idea, but it's not. Look what happened.
It's not the idea.
Look what happened in Florida.
With the
Hogg and Caskey school. The guy chickened out. The guy who had the gun, the security guard, he ran away. That's not going to solve everything.
It might prevent some.
Because I believe an off-duty cop went and shot this piece of shit. So he did stop it from being
a border
even
patrol
worse.
agent.
Yeah, border patrol. So look, I understand. Yeah,
it may deter them from going in there in the first place.
Go ahead and put a fucking armed guard in every school. That's fine, but you don't need veterans surrounding the school.
No, you don't.
You also need to come with some gun control. You need to look into mental health. You need to look into whatever the fuck's going on in society that's causing all this. It wasn't happening 30 years ago. Columbine was an anomaly back in the day. Now it's every fucking week.
Show Sung Wee got a fucking gun after seeing a doctor, right? Show Sung Wee
a teacher at Virginia Tech, the very famous English teacher. She's a poet and she's won tons of awards. She had him freshman year. He had her class and he wrote really very violent stories, and she went to the dean of English, and she said, "This kid's dangerous, and either you remove him from my class or I quit." She basically was he goes or I go. So there were flags.
He still got a gun. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, 2 months later, he shot 30 people at Virginia Tech. He killed 10 people in a classroom that I was sitting in at the same time every Tuesday and Thursday. He chose Monday. But I had super senior schedule. I didn't have class Monday and Friday, but in the building, in the classroom that he killed the most kids, that was my tiny classroom, So I mean, it's fuck. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Sorry we have to talk about this, and sorry, I'm sure you've heard all these fucking points 1,000 times, but if you don't talk about it, it disappears and it just gets brushed under the rug. So we're gonna do it every fucking time until something changes, and then just deal with it. Sorry. Yeah. And that's today's cup of coffee, which was brought to you by Black Buffalo. You guys know I love cigs. Smoked quite a few of them these past few days,
right?
With all this shit going on.
I've been putting them out on my tongue.
Yeah. Right. And but when I can't smoke, if I'm asleep, or
I wish I could.
It hurts so good, Mark.
I wish I could smoke when I'm sleeping, but I can't.
Sometimes I wake up at 3 a.m., smoke a cigarette, and go right back to bed.
My great uncle died that way, and what a way to go out it was.
Yeah. But when I can't smoke, sometimes I turn to the next best thing, which is dipping with Black Buffalo. You can't always smoke in certain places, but you can always sneak a nice little dip in and get that satisfaction that you need, kill that craving, and that's where Black Buffalo comes in. They are alternatives for everything these days, even meat. But where are the high quality tobacco alternatives? That's where Black Buffalo comes in. If 21 or over,
you can't get this when you're 18, huh?
Nope, can't get this when you're no. You can get an assault rifle, but not Black Buffalo.
Right.
So if you dip tobacco, pouches, or long cut, you have to try this stuff. It's actually really great. It's everything you love about dipping, including pharmaceutical grade nicotine, just without the actual tobacco leaf or stem. Literally made from edible green leaves and food grade ingredients with the same flavors, texture, aroma, pack, and nicotine as traditional tobacco products. Wintergreen, mint, straight, peach, blood orange. I love the wintergreen. Blackbuffalo.com. It's available, again, long cut, pouches. But if you're looking to ditch nicotine altogether, tap into their nicotine-free options called Zero. Born in the Midwest, raised in the South, made in the USA. Plus, they are limited quantities and small batch runs, so you can count on the best quality. So go to blackbuffalo.com, use our promo code HARDFACTOR at checkout for 25% off your first order. That's 25% off. That's a huge discount to try it out. Blackbuffalo.com. You got to use Hard Factor at checkout, or we won't get credit and you won't get your discount. And that's double whammy.
We don't want that.
Don't want that. So blackbuffalo.com, promo code Hard Factor, 25% off. Warning: this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Nice.
All right.
I hope Wes gets coffee next horrible world event.
Jesus. Honestly, I honestly almost started crying. It's close. It's
Bet
fucking
you did, you
terrible.
pussy bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I have a kid that goes to school.
That's right. It's scary as fuck, man.
I
It
know,
really is.
parents.
Whereas he needs to be educated,
Parents
but
and
then he
kids.
could
I'm
die.
so glad it's
It's not
summertime
fair
right
for
now.
kids. Yeah.
Man, holy shit. All right, guys. Let's go on a little tripsy.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
Guys, if there's one thing we here at Hard Factor hate, it's fake news. We hate it. That's pretty much why we do this show. Combat against it. Sometimes we report it, but mostly not. We hate it.
Sometimes we purposely create it.
Exactly. So when I came across this next story, I thought to myself, the journalist in me, it has to report on this, but there's just no way that this could be real or correct. So I dove in, and I dove in deep. Normally, on any story on the show, Little Inside Baseball, we source like 2 to 4 different articles or videos or other media to get the whole picture. Right. In this case, I visited no less than 9 news outlets that I've never heard of. And then I Googled them all with the words fake and joke after them.
Right. Satire, such and such satire, such and such. Yeah.
And much to my surprise, they all seem to be somewhat legitimate. All foreign, but all legitimate. So if this news story is somehow fake, I'm sorry, but honestly, it needs to be reported on either way. So let's take it to Rumbek East County. This is in South Sudan, where a very bad criminal has been sentenced to hard labor in a military camp after brutally attacking a woman in an intense show of force with details so upsetting, guys, that they will make you say, ew. During the attack, which happened earlier in the month of May, the perpetrator reportedly went at the woman head first, attacking her unprovoked, headbutting her in the ribs, and the sheer force with which he struck the 45-year-old Sudanese woman, Adu Chapping, caused her to die from her injuries almost immediately after the attack, guys. And when police heard about the incident, they promptly arrested the suspect before he could go on the lam, apprehending the man.
That one's on the nose.
Apprehending the man shortly after the incident. Did I say man? Because I meant ram.
Ram, yeah.
It's a ram.
He was a bit choppy. Lamb chops.
Here he is. Look at that fucker.
Oh, he killed someone?
Oh, she's dead.
They caught him. He couldn't fleece him.
No, couldn't fleece him. Guys, Chief Major Elijah Mabor commented on the incident, which he categorized as more of a mutual altercation rather than a brutal attack by a 4-legged ram on a woman who did nothing more than stand up in a way that the ram thought was a little funny.
Quick, get him. He's scaling a mountain.
If he gets up there, we'll never get him down. Yeah. The chief said,
we need Stallone from Cliffhanger.
The chief said, our role as police is to provide safety and separate fights. The ram was apprehended and is currently under custody at a police station.
He's headbutting the bars.
Come on, let me out of here. No, yeah, again, 9 news sources all confirm this. It's absolutely insane. Mabor added that at the time, quote, the owner is innocent and the ram is the one who perpetrated the crime, so it deserves to be arrested. And then later on, the case shall be forwarded to customary court where the case can be handled amicably. And I couldn't find much on the trial, guys, but I guess the ram didn't have a good defense attorney because he was sentenced to 3 years in a military work camp.
Shut up.
Which in human years is the equivalent of 25 to life.
That's a long time for a ram. Yeah.
It's a long time for a ram.
He's gonna die in that.
So how do we think this story got bastardized to the point where a ton of not A-level, but not fake news outlets from across the globe reported on it?
Do you think it's like a little tongue-in-cheek, like they're having fun with it, like maybe it is fake?
No, the woman's name was released. It got deeper. The woman's dead. Man. She's 45. They released her name.
It's an interesting story. Did you see the story about the woman, the United States woman who, I don't know if she's dead or not. I probably should know this. I'm about to comment on it, but she got headbutted by her own like pit boxer mix when they were playing, and she hit her head unconscious, and she's basically dead.
My dog almost broke my son's nose one time.
Yeah.
with that shit because their heads. I mean,
they're fun. They're just having fun. He's playing.
Yeah.
Boom. He hit her in the chin.
Blood
right on the button. So she collapsed, and like I think she hit her head on like the concrete or asphalt, and she like went.
Wasn't the boxer side of him, was it, Wes?
Probably not.
Of course not.
Pit. Yeah.
Absolutely
Guys,
not.
when the ram is freed from the
So
work,
it probably was, honestly.
Yeah,
They're
probably,
fucking rowdy.
They're jumpy little
If it was the
guys.
pit, it would have bit her neck off.
Really bouncy little dudes.
Right.
It's kind of a perfect storm breeding those two between the size of the jaws and head on a
Killing
pitbull
machine.
and the bounciness of a boxer.
It is.
It's a friendly killing machine.
Yeah.
The stamina of a boxer.
Bouncy killing machine.
A little tizzy, you know?
Guys, when the when the ram is freed from the work camp, it will also be gifted to the deceased's family in accordance with local law. Both families have signed a contract to formalize the agreement with the police and community leaders acting as witnesses. And a local court also ruled that the owner of the ram, Dunoy Mayang Dal, will have to give 5 cows to the victim's family in addition for compensation.
Jesus.
So
5 cows.
My thing is like, so they get the ram obviously to eat or to put to work or to shear, but it goes away for 3 years. Wouldn't they just be like, no, we could just have it now, and we'll just be mean to it.
He's got to pay his. He's got to pay his debt to society.
Why not just roast it?
Yeah.
That's true.
It's not going to be as good 3 years from now. It tastes best now. All right, guys, let's go to Japan. I'm going to play a video for you, and I want you to tell me if you notice anything wrong with this dog. Here's the video. So there's the pup. What do you guys see?
It looks robotic.
Yeah.
You think?
His legs, his paws in particular look fake.
His claws are weird, yeah.
His hands look really weird.
You don't think that's a real border collie?
No. The hands are fucked up.
Okay.
Oh, it's a dude in a dude in a dog suit. That's a dude in a dog suit.
Bingo! Was his name-o, Mark?
Oh, that's creepy as fuck, dude. Oh my god, that's scary.
We get to see the dude. How big is he?
What if that's like
He's
criminal?
Not big.
That's like
not very big.
That's like a Trojan horse. Oh, that's creepy as fuck. It's like a Trojan horse thing. You could like break into a house. Like,
is this some kind of like fetish thing?
I think it's to rape and murder. I think it's to get inside someone's house.
It's something. Can't find a picture of the dude. If you want to follow him on Twitter, though, you can. He's at Toko_EEVEE.
I'm going to pass.
_EEV. Well, everything's in Japanese, so it's really just the visuals.
You look a little harder. You get to see Toko being fucked in that dog costume.
You better believe I tried fucking hard as shit to find a picture of Toko.
Oh, no.
Nothing, man. I watched like an hour of Toko in his border collie costume on his YouTube channel. It was his lifelong dream to become a dog, and he spent over about $16,000 doing it. He went to like a pro prop making house.
Dude, that's the Trojan dog. They need to stop making those suits immediately.
So,
nothing good can come of that.
Dude, these people also make a polar bear suit that's real as shit. They make a panda bear suit.
Okay, so hear me out. What if this could solve the bestiality freaks? Like they could have videos of people
getting
Diet
fucked. Coke for them, yeah.
They could get videos of people getting fucked in these things. They're real people. They're not dogs. But
then
like
they'll
be satisfied.
You just have to moan like a dog, though.
Yeah. Just, less dogs will get fucked, I bet.
Sorry, Judy Carroll. That was
sorry.
A dark bestiality joke.
Sorry, Bobo Club for the old school Hard Factors listeners. Guys, let's take it to the internet real quick. I'm sorry. Let me give you a quote from Toko EV. He says, I made it a collie because it looks real when I put it on, my taste and my costume. This is translated from Japanese. My favorite is a quadrupedal animal, especially cute ones. Among them, I thought that a big animal close to me would be good. So he's the size of a border collie.
They need to lock this dude up.
Considering that it would be a realistic model. So I decided to make it a dog. Long-haired dogs can mislead the human figure. I met such a condition and made collie my favorite breed of dog. Let's take it to the internet really quick for a fun comment from at Felizala. It's just my point of view, although I don't like your style. By pursuing your own dream and making it come true is really honorable. Now, I'm going to tell you why I don't like your style. First, the costume looks gross. I'm honestly, because no matter how much money you spend on it, you won't be the real dog even look similar to any dogs, but only fake ones. Second, I don't know why you don't want to be a human. To be honest, humans can do more than dogs. What's more, dogs cannot live without humans. Adoption. I know
this guy's bringing up good points.
I know you want to tell me that, man, there are many homeless dogs around urban, suburb, rural, but think it twice. Do those dogs live with good health? And you really want to be a dog which adopted by a human or being a homeless dog in nowadays. So
makes sense.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
Makes very much sense. By the way, this guy should not be allowed to own a dog.
Because he's going to fuck it.
Yeah. If anyone shouldn't be able to allow an adopted dog, it's this guy.
Inevitably, he's going to fuck it.
Yeah.
Or he's going to use it to like skin it to create like an even more realistic
dog suit. It's not going to end well.
No, it won't end well either way.
Yeah.
Not going to end well. Someone tried to get us a photo of that guy. I gave you his Twitter handle. I looked for an hour, couldn't find it, but I'm sure it's out there. Guys, finally, let's go to a place that I've always said is like a different country, even though it's part of these great United States. I'm talking about Louisiana, specifically Iberia Parish.
All right.
At about 3:30 a.m. on Monday, May 22nd, Iberia County Sheriff's deputies started getting a series of strange phone calls from residents who said that their mailboxes had been knocked over, and then they started hearing from people that said they'd lost power due to down to power lines, and then finally that Burrard Road in Lauraville was impassable because someone had abandoned a one-story home in the middle of the road. There you go. I guess they were moving it.
Is there a tornado that lifted it up and dropped it there?
I don't know. But when deputies arrived on scene, they did, in fact, find a full-size one-story house just sitting there in the middle of the road, at which point one of the deputies probably turned to the other deputy and said, guess we're not in Kansas anymore.
Exactly.
Right?
That's what I thought, too, yeah.
And then after about 3 or 4 minutes of hearty laughter, the authorities got back to work, trying to find out exactly who was responsible for this mess, not to mention the 695 customers in a town of less than 1,000 people who were without power. Not
They
good.
took out power lines.
They took out a lot of power lines.
So they probably didn't want to claim it then.
They weren't pros, yeah.
Well, no, I mean, like, dude, if you abandon your home
You did something bad.
in the middle of the night, I mean, that's a bad day. You've exhausted all options to try to fix it.
Yeah, you give up.
Well, I guess you want to just leave it?
I didn't really like the home anyways.
Yeah, I didn't like it anyway. Yeah, guys, the detectives went. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, is this what? Okay, yeah. They tried to go and find out who it was.
Right. They checked for like mail or whatever, someone's name. And
when the detectives showed up on the scene, one of the detectives probably said to the other detective and said, "Well, this guy shouldn't be too hard to find. I mean, after all, we have his address."
Exactly. Yeah.
Mark and I are simpatico today. Yeah. He's dead on. Hey, Mark, write a joke real quick. Pat, write a joke. Damn, we did it.
We did the same one.
It's great. Two in a row.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's a good joke. Guys, after another 3 or 4 minutes of laughter, the detectives went to work on solving the case, and lucky for them, they already had a pretty good idea on where to start looking. See, for weeks, local resident 46-year-old Tony Domingue had been talking about wanting to move his house somewhere, I don't know, down Chata Holmes Road. And when the city heard about Tony's plans, a representative from the sheriff's office warned him that proper permits were absolutely needed to be acquired from Iberia Parish government,
right,
and he should not move his home without those permits or permission.
Right.
And Tony, he don't play by them rules. And according to a subsequent post from the Iberia Parish Sheriff's Office Facebook page, quote, those instructions were ignored. And during the move down Chata Holmes Road, many mailboxes, road signs, and trees were damaged in the process, as well as hitting power lines, causing the 695 Cloco customers to be without power for several hours. IPSO deputies arrived to find an abandoned truck, trailer, and house blocking the 400 block of Burrard Road. Now, Tony was promptly arrested, here's Tony. Take a look at Tony. He's a Louisiana man.
I don't know whose house that is.
Yeah, it wasn't mine, officer. Would you find the deed in it? No.
It's a hilarious mugshot.
It's a hilarious mugshot. What? Right?
He looks kind of like, fuck. Yeah.
You think that one's pretty good, huh?
It is what it is.
Because I'm about to show you perhaps one of the greatest mugshots ever taken.
Is it the melted neck guy?
No, you couldn't even imagine what this is. It's so subtle and so good and so amazing. Here, guys, is Tony's 32-year-old accomplice, Nico Como, who may, in fact, as I said, one of the best mugshots of all time. Here's Nico. So I don't know if you can see. See if you can make your screen big. And
What's he got? Is he holding like some nuts in his mouth or something?
It looks like someone bit off half his nose.
Make your screen big and see what you see.
Oh, it's a penis.
Yep, he's got a dick on his nose. He's got a dick on his nose. See
a tattoo of a dick.
I don't know what it is, but so the balls are kind of where the nose comes to a point, and then up the bridge of his nose is a penis shaft. You're seeing like the underside of a dong, right there on his nose.
That way people can fuck his face.
There you go. And that's the TikTok international moment.
Someone go on the Discord and look for the mugshot. I think Low Life Louis put in on the one of the news threads. I'll have to bring it up for the next show if we can't find it. It's this guy. He looks like Jabba the Hutt. It's the best mugshot I've ever seen. It doesn't look real, but it is real. Okay, so if you're like me, and probably all of you are this week especially, you've got a lot of anxiety. Coffee does not help me, but you know what does? CBD actually does help with my stress and anxiety, and it can help with pain as well. Feels, F-E-A-L-S, is a better way to feel better. Feels is a premium CBD that will help to keep your head clear and make you feel your best. It's hassle-free. They deliver it directly to your door, which is nice. CBD naturally, helps reduce stress, anxiety, pain, and sleeplessness. There's no hangover. There's no addiction. Just place a few drops of Feels under your tongue, and you can feel the difference within minutes. The thing to remember about CBD is that finding your right dose is important, and everyone's dose is different. Oh, and Feels liquid capsules come in large doses, so you can really get a lot of use out of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. You hear that motorcycle go by our house? I use Feels daily now. Sick. Sounds like he needs...
It's fucking sick.
Sick, dude. Sick, dude. I use Feels daily now.
Boys.
And it for sure works. There's a noticeable effect, and I feel amazing every time I take it. In fact, Feels offers a free CBD hotline to help guide your personal experience so that you find your perfect dose. The Feels customer service team is dedicated to making sure you get the best use of your CBD. You can get monthly memberships. It's perfect, so you can set it and forget it. It'll get delivered to you. But start feeling better with Feels. Become a member today by going to feels.com/factor, and you'll get 50% off your first order with free shipping. What? That's feals.com/factor to become a member and get 50% off automatically taken off your first order with free shipping. Feels.com/factor. And it's the end of the show, and I'd say let's end the show with some feel-good stories, shall we? I think we need it.
Thank God, yeah.
Yes, this segment is going to be called the Triple Nice, the three nices, a triple dipple. Let's begin. So first up, an asteroid that is described as the size of 350 giraffes, which is an odd measurement if you ask me. Did you say an asteroid? How many giraffes tall is it?
Yeah.
Funny visual.
Yeah. Which one of the 4-year-old scientists
loves giraffes?
350 giraffes tall. It's also like the size of 4 Empire State Buildings. There it is. It's 5,080 feet tall. It's like a mile tall and a mile wide.
Put it in giraffes.
Yeah, in terms of giraffes, 20 giraffes, that's not so big. 350, that's huge. It was described as a potentially hazardous asteroid by the nerds at NASA, but it is going to pass by us safely and fuck off forever in a couple days. You can watch asteroid 7335 pass by later this week if you check the southern sky by Hydra, the constellation Hydra, but you will need a telescope unless you have really, really good eyes. So this big son of a bitch going to pass by harmlessly and fuck off. That's the first bit of good news that I'm going to share with you.
Nice.
See ya.
That's one nice.
Let's
All right.
Don't need that this week,
No.
I'm going to shoot at it.
You probably could.
See if I can't get one of them hollow points up in there.
Don't do that because the bull will come back down.
This is what I need my gun for. Yeah.
Here's a nice story.
Just doing my part, officer.
Hey, if we all shit at the same time.
As a citizen of Earth.
You can get the asteroid. Here's a nice story. Second one. The second annual Josh fight took place at a field in Bowling Lake Park in Lincoln, Nebraska. Have you guys ever heard of this Josh fight thing?
It's the noodle thing.
Yeah,
right?
We covered it last year.
I want to know how it started.
Yeah, I'll tell you. It's where hundreds of dudes named Josh get together and do battle with pool noodles to crown the king of Joshes. And it started, Pat, when Josh Swain sent out a tweet a few years ago challenging anyone with his name to a fight. Like, I'll fight any other Josh for the title of Josh anywhere you want. And he got so many responses that he decided to organize an event, the Josh fight, last year, where 4-year-old Josh Vincent Jr. won. He's the guy.
Oh
on the
yeah,
right there.
his name was Josh. That's the
This
president.
is stupid.
Well, take a look at the smile on everyone's faces. Like the
this is like a little kid catching the bouquet at a wedding.
Yeah. There's some adults fighting too, but it's just for fun. Like, look at all the smile on everyone's faces. Everyone goes out and has a good time. In fact, they're just joshing, right? And the Josh,
There's a lot less Joshes than I thought would show up. It's kind of a small event.
No, there's hundreds of people. There's hundreds of people. Guys, it's nice. The Joshes and their friends and families that took part.
Find more
in the
Joshes at any summer camp.
Well,
just
how about this?
randomly.
They raised $21,000 for the Children's Hospital and Medical Center in Omaha, Nebraska.
That's nice.
That's good.
That's great.
That's two nices, right? That's a nice.
Maybe my
Congratulations.
sister's husband to get it there. He's a big
an
Josh.
ogre.
He's
They're
a
gonna,
big
gonna scare the kids. All right, and I saved the best for last, the third nice. I'd like you to meet Binx the cat. Okay.
Oh, adorable.
What a cutie. How old is he? Weeks old.
Yeah, 6 weeks. He's adorable. Look at that fuzzy back, too. Look at that. He's adorable. Well, it turns out Binx is not only adorable, but he has a heart of gold, too, because Binx was found outside, but he was not alone. He was, in fact, trying to take care of a litter of 3 2-week-old male kittens that did not have a mother. Yeah.
Binx stepped up, dude.
How was he going to do that?
Binx, he tried his hardest.
He's doing his little best.
He was doing his best. He was licking them and trying to get them little bits of food and stuff. I don't think he could provide milk because he's also a male. But
I'm still learning myself, but I'm going to do my best down here.
Yes, at 6 weeks old, he tried to be dad to the 3 kittens that he found. No relation, and he's the best. The KC Project, a large animal shelter in Kansas City, posted this on Facebook. They said, meet the most responsible kitten in the world. He's a 6-week-old kitten that was found with 3 newborn kittens. The person who found them told us that he's been taking care of the babies, and we think this is about the cutest thing ever. They'll all be heading into foster homes until they're old enough to be adopted, but we had to share the cuteness with you. Blah 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 blah. Here's a link to our website and blah blah blah.
Let me come in here with an alternative take. Now that I'm thinking about it.
You don't bad mouth Binx now.
Well, you know the kid. That was like in 3rd grade when you were in 2nd grade, and automatically they were the fucking boss, even though they were born 3 months before you were, and they treat you like they know everything, and they're always boss.
Yeah, but they didn't shower me, Pat. They didn't lick my asshole.
Right.
You know,
keep me
he was
alive.
taking care of them. They keep them alive. Yeah, they didn't keep me alive. They were just dicks. Binx is the man. Binx and the 3 now about to be 3-week-old kittens named Ollie, Frankie, and Ziggy are all doing great health-wise. The little ones are being bottle-fed because they're so young, right? They need the bottle. While big bad Binx is probably on that kitten chow. And best of all, they are all being fostered in the same home because they didn't want to break up.
Binx is saying things like, "Oh yeah, I remember when I used to feed on a nipple."
Yeah, I remember when I couldn't open my eyes.
Somebody just got 4 cats. This is a real Mark situation.
Yeah, you can't break them up. Yeah.
Would you want 4 cats all the same
Whoever
color?
gets Binx and company, DM me. We can commiserate.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want all the same color. Actually, maybe that'd be cool.
All my cats are the same color.
But they're all like marbled color, whatever that is.
Tabby.
Like,
Yeah, tabby. Yeah.
Those are all black cats.
The first group of kittens I fostered that we successfully got adopted were an all-white cat with beautiful blue eyes, a Siamese cat, and a long-haired tortoise shell. And then I got
what a freak show.
Then I got a bunch of other
Siamese.
tabbies the second time. So we had 2 tabbies, then we fostered and got rid of 3 pretty cats, and then we got a group of 4 tabbies, and only Will took one because they got ringworm and they weren't adoptable anymore. Will took one, and now I have 5 tabbies.
We went from 4 exotics to 5 just cats.
Yeah. They do look
What
like
kind of cat do you have? It's cat.
Cat.
It's cat.
What are you picturing? I have 5 of them. But let's bring up the wheel.
You got a 5-year-old around you? Ask him to drive a cat.
Draw a cat.
That's, looks just like mine.
All right, so I'm on voicemails and reviews. Already established that last week, so it's just you guys.
All right, so we're either coffee or TikTok. Who's coffee? It looks like me. All right.
Yes, sir.
Definitely not covering guns.
Jesus.
No shootings.
First story up. We're taking your guns.
Thanks for sticking around. We love y'all. And most importantly, have a great fucking day.
Hard Factor. Cheat on the news. Patreon.com/Hard Factor.